Welcome to the making of a DM. How can you be mad if you don't even know what you want? This show is going to be eye-opening. Grab a pen and grab a paper, and let's get ready to roll. So with that said, let's get started. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. Welcome to the making of a DM. That's right, you are the deal maker and dream maker of your life. It's your boy Mark Evans, DM, here coming to you live from Cleveland, Ohio. Beautiful day here. We're at the office. We're at the factory. Things are going down, and I'm excited because this is our first podcast we're doing via video. I want to say thank you to everyone that's giving me a shout-out on social media, sharing the show, letting people know what you're up to. By the way, we have a lot of amazing things happening. The downloads are cranking. Make sure to share this with your friends. If you're listening to this and something pops, stop, go and share the show, and let's get the party started. So I want to ask you a question today. What do you want your business to look like? The reason I ask this question is because a lot of people are foggy. Actually, the majority are foggy. And what's interesting is right now as you're listening to my voice, you're mad because you're not accomplishing your goals. But the problem is you don't even have goals. You don't know where you're going. You don't know how to get there. So now you're overwhelmed. You're frustrated. And it's not because the goal that what you want doesn't exist. It's because you truly don't know what you want. Let me help you out, because I sat down with a couple billionaires recently, and I'm at this little coffee shop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we're talking about these things. And I'm learning from other people, not just what I want, but also what I do not want. One of the billionaires sitting there, he's gone through multiple divorces. He has children that are not necessarily the kind of kids I want at the end of the day. He even has one massively messed up situation with one of his kids. And that's not because he's a bad guy or anything. It's just because he was so focused on becoming a billionaire. He was never home. He was working literally 100 hours a week. Not just working, but he was traveling multiple locations per week. Is that what you want? Is that the kind of life you want? And a lot of this comes down to seasons. Where are you at in the journey of the game? Are you a newbie? Are you are you a new father? New wife? What are you? Where are you at in the journey? Maybe all your kids are out of the house now. That's going to be a different cadence. It's going to be a different season of your life. Maybe you're single. Well, guess what? If you're single, go harder. There's a lot of opportunity in business. If you're single, you got meetings galore, do your thing. But what do you want? But as I sit here talking to this billionaire, I'm literally learning what I want more of and what I definitely am glad I don't want. I don't care about chasing the billions. I care about the lifestyle and having what I want today to ultimately get what I want in the future. Cash flow today helps me build these lifestyles that I have where I'm at in this journey. But let me ask you another question. What do you not want? What don't you want? That's probably easier for you to answer than what do you actually want. I'm always confused at how you can be mad by not getting what you want when you have no clue what that is. What don't you want? Grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, and write it down. I don't want to travel to make money. I don't want to go to an office every single day to make money. I don't want to have a huge organization to make money. I do not want to go in massive debt to have cash flow. If that's what you don't want, we got to start reverse engineering how to accomplish these things. By the way, anything you want is accomplishable if you actually know what you want. See, the thing is it's just like working out. If you come into the gym blindly and you have no clue what you're trying to accomplish, everything's going to be half-assed at best. You're barely going to you're not going to want to go there. You might show up one day a week when you're excited to show up, But this game of life in business and in life in general, it's not about showing up when you're happy and excited. It's about when you don't want to do it. What do you do? How do you show up? Are you intentional? Are you working hard? Are you working smart? Are you doing both at the same time? What are you trying to accomplish in the gym in that moment? See, a lot of people are showing up their life like that. What time do you get up? Is this a cadence? What are your standards, right? It's not about working harder. If you walked away from your business for 30 days, what would happen? Would it continue to run and generate revenue for you? Or would it slowly dry up and eventually die? If it would die, well, my friend, you don't own a business, you own a job. This is exactly why I created the Dealmaker Alliance, to show entrepreneurs and solopreneurs how to turn the business they run into a business they own. So if you own a business that makes over $250,000 a year and you want to scale it while working yourself out of the day-to-day, then join me and 160 plus high net worth owners in my private group. Fill out an application at www.dealmakeralliance.com and let's see if you're a fit. Again, that's at dealmakeralliance.com. It's about working smarter on top of working harder. When I show up through the week, I know Sunday I sit down with the family. Here's what we got going on. Here's what I'm doing in business. I might be, a little absent on Wednesday. Here's why. Here's what's going on. It's called communication. Are you communicating with yourself? Write down a plan and attack the plan, right? We always say, make a plan and execute the plan. It's not always easy. And the truth is, in this game of life, it's never easy if you're chasing something bigger. It's going to be a process, and you're going to wake up one day and you're like, man, I'm not getting any closer. Well, look at the scorecard. You're either getting closer or further away. I'd like you to do something for me today. Think about the last 365 days. The last 365 days. We're here today. You got 365 days to look in the rearview mirror. Did you accomplish everything you set out to accomplish a year ago from now? In the last 365 days, every single day, have you been intentional? Have you been showing up with a plan? Have you been executing the plan? And if so, are you closer to where you wanted to be or further away? Every single person listening to my voice has not been intentional 365 days, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. However, are you looking backwards like that to know where you need to improve? I always say the 365 to a new me. Today, you could say, hey, this is where I want to go. This is what I need to do to get there. And these are the actions I need to accomplish this. If you want to go to the gym and lose 50 pounds in the next year, you have to have a plan. You can't just show up randomly when you want and just expect results to happen. So it's kind of like a score, not kind of, it is a scorecard. How are you showing up the next 365 days for your life, for your health, for your business, for your friendships and partners, for your community? These are all things that can be measured. You will grow and get closer to your goals, and I want you to dream really big. I want you to say, hey, right now maybe you're making 10 grand a month. I want you to say, how do I get to 200,000 a month? Because what happens, it breaks your frame on scaling. You can't go from 10,000 to 20,000. I'll tell you how to do it. You work twice as hard. That's how our brain thinks. But when you got to go from 10,000 a month to 200,000 a month, your brain has to elevate. You have to start thinking differently. You have to start looking to say the who to do the how. And or maybe you just got to change the path you're in. Maybe it's just not that big. Maybe there's only so much opportunity for what you're trying to accomplish. You're like, man, I'm a one-man show. That's the most dangerous place to be. Why? Because when you go down, everything you care about goes down with it. And I know this is why you're here, because you want to help your family. You want to be better. You want to be the legacy builder you want to be the one. You want to be the one in your family. And you are, but you got to bring awareness. So over the next 365 days, build your plan. Here's what I want my business to look like in 365 days. You're going to wake up 1 year from now. It's going to go by like that. You're going to wake up 1 year from now. What does it look like? How much is in the bank account? How big is your team? What is your message to the market? What are you doing to accomplish it, right? I always use this in my real estate company. I would have new salespeople come in and they say, hey, I'm not getting any deals. And I'm like, cool, data, not drama. I don't know what that means. I don't get no deals. Because if you're not calling anybody, no one's knocking on your door to bring you deals. Data, not drama. How many calls did you make? If it's one, it's not because the deals don't exist. It's because your actions aren't in alignment with the results that you're seeking. And how could you be mad about that? You're lazy, you're not serious about the game, and you're using that as an excuse that there's no deals. Maybe you heard someone talk about it, or you saw seeing someone in your community, oh, there's no deals out there, no one's selling anything right now, oh, the market's so hard, oh, it's so soft, or whatever they're saying. At the end of the day, the data doesn't lie. Humans do. We're emotional creatures. If I always tell people, make 100 calls a day. If you want to close 10 deals a month, and I've done this many months in a row, way more than 10 deals a month, you have to make 100 calls a day. 100 calls a day equals X conversations equal X contracts equals X deals. It's simple math. Business is math. Humans mess these things up. Oh, well, I'm busy. Okay, well, now you didn't work today, so now tomorrow I got to make 200 calls. Right? You know who I'm talking to. The one that says they're going to get in the gym Monday after today's Wednesday. They're going to get in the gym Monday because, this weekend's a big weekend. It's my birthday, or it's this person's birthday, or it's this kid's party. Or you always got an excuse as why you can't do it today. When does it stop? When do you stop? If you truly want the next level, this is what it takes. It takes action, dedicated action, right? So what do you want? What action steps? You can reverse engineer this. What action steps are you going to take to accomplish the results you're seeking? So from 365 days ago, you can look back and say, hey, this is exactly why I didn't accomplish these goals. It's not theory. It's not ideas. It's not maybe. You have factual data. Go look at your calendar. Go look at your bank account. Go look at your staff. Go look at your CRM. Go look at your social media posts that you're supposed to be posting every day that you committed to, that you've done 3 posts in the last 365 days. Look, score yourself, rate yourself. True entrepreneurs, we are very, very tough on ourselves. But the truth is, a lot of times the reason we're tough on ourselves is because we know we're capable of more. And that's where the frustration, that's where the anxiety, that's where the overwhelmed feeling comes in. The best way to get out of overwhelm and frustration and anxiety is through action. You got to move. You got to get on the phone. You got to build the team. You got to hire that person you're afraid to hire. You got to spend money on marketing. You got to invest in team members, right? The who to do the how. This is why the Dealmaker Alliance is such a key piece to the game. A lot of people, 160-something people inside a community talking about the game. I know everyone's all hot and bothered about AI. And AI is great, but AI will never give you community. It will never give you the connection that you're seeking to develop the game that you're trying to accomplish. Yes, it can help expedite, but if you don't know how to use it, it's pointless. If you don't know how to prompt it, it's pointless. It's not about AI. It's not about the gadgets and gadgets. It's about you. How are you directing it? What do you want the outcome to be? That's where we need to start. Look in the last 365 days. Let's break that down. Where did I miss? Where did I win? Where did I succeed? I see a lot of you guys out there hanging out on social media, taking all these amazing vacations, hanging out and playing, but yet in the same breath, when I talk to you behind the scenes, dude, I can barely pay my bills, my business is going down, and results are not there. It's a soft market. Well, no, you're soft because you're playing and not being productive. It's real simple. And by the way, I have nothing wrong if you want to take a vacation, but have your stuff in order. Have this game. Have it outlined. Have it on your schedule. What does your calendar look like in the last 365? More importantly, what do you want in 365? And what are you willing to do to get it? Right? What is the number? I promise you, though, this. Don't go from $10,000 to $12,000 a month. You will not change. You need to get yourself, someone needs to grab you by the neck, shake you, and allow you to go from $10,000 to $200,000. Even if you miss and hit $100,000, you're 10x of where you are today. But again, these are different actions, different thought processes, different conversations. You have to change your thoughts. You have to change your conversations. Your language will change. Your conversations will change. Your results, most importantly, will change. But are you willing to do that work? Inside the Dealmaker family and Dealmaker Alliance, these are things that we're constantly pushing people to think bigger, get around bigger people. Do you think if you're sitting at a table with multiple people worth millions, multi-millions, $100+ million, people selling companies, building companies, and growing companies, do you think if you're a 1 or 2 person operation, you could sit in that room and learn something about scaling? Because I talk to a lot of people, and the thing I see is most people are scaling chaos, scaling problems, scaling confusion. But yet, they're like, why is the results not there? Cool, what results do you want? I don't know. Exactly. That's why we need to get you on track. Where do you want to go? Start putting some time and effort. Go to the coffee shop. Go to Barnes & Noble. That's a gold mine, by the way, sitting in Barnes & Noble. Go on Barnes & Noble, pen and paper, collect your thoughts, and figure out what you truly want. Write down the impossible. Write down the big goals that you're afraid to share with anybody. Who are you sharing your thoughts with? Who are you sharing your wins with? Who are you sharing your struggles with? You can't call up your staff and say, hey, payroll's a little tight this week. Hey, I didn't get those 3 jobs I thought I was going to get, so I got to shut down the company. Who are you talking to? But let's start dreaming bigger. Let's start getting in a bigger room and getting bigger results. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're here for. You got one shot at this game of life to make the most of it. And if you really want to make the most, it starts with you and ends with you. You are the one in control. Are you willing to sit down, execute with the plan, and look back 365 days now? Because again, a year from now, we're going to have the same conversation. What did you do the last 365? Because again, remember, it's data, not drama. A lot of you are full of drama. A lot of you talking about the negative stuff. Tell me about the good stuff. What's working? What's working in your business? What is working, right? Is it working because you're good at conversations? Are you converting at a higher level? I got a question for you. Who do you talk to when you got a major problem in your business? Or how about when you have an opportunity that could 2 to 3x your revenue? Do you talk to your buddies or your family? No way. They just don't get what you do and I do. You need to bring these questions and ideas to elite business owners and CEOs who know what it takes to grow, scale, and solve anything that comes your way. This is why I created the Dealmaker Alliance, a private group of over 160 plus high net worth individuals all over the country in every vertical you can imagine that can take your business from where it's at to where you want it to be. This isn't for everyone though. So if you want in, head over to dealmakeralliance.com and fill out a short application and have a call with myself or Sonia. Again, that's dealmakeralliance.com. Most of you don't even know what's working because you get caught up in all the stuff that's not working. You're scaling that chaos. You're scaling the problems. What if you just knew what worked and you eliminated the stuff that didn't work and you focus on the stuff that worked even more? Yes, there's going to be stuff inside of that you have to navigate. But at the end of the day, when I'm growing companies, I'm looking at, hey, what levers can I pull? More importantly, which levers can I eliminate? Because you can only control so many levers at the same time. Most of you are sitting here trying to control 100 levers, and 90% of those levers are junk levers. These are the old levers that you thought that got you to where you're at. Those levers don't exist with where you want to go. That's team members doing some of that stuff. A lot of the stuff you're scaling junk. You don't even know why you're doing it. You're just doing it because that's what you're supposed to do. When's the last time you questioned it? When's the last time you asked yourself, is this going to get me to where I want to go? Right? If I have one hamburger joint in a small town of 500 people, that hamburger joint can only grow so big. I don't care how good the hamburgers are. I don't care how great the French fries are. I don't care how great the milkshakes are. At the end of the day, there's only so much opportunity. Get in the right opportunity, the one that you're seeking. If you want to make $1 billion in that hamburger joint, yes, it starts with one, but you better be thinking about way bigger things than that one location with 500 people. I don't care how good you are. If you're not thinking different, no one cares how hard you work. Go to the bank. You don't have to believe me. Go to the bank and deposit $1 million. They'll never ask you how hard you work. They don't care. No one cares except you and more importantly, your family. Hard work is mandatory, but all hard work is not created equal, right? If it was, coal miners, roofers, contractors, they'd be worth the most. That's not the case. Hard work is part of the game, but hard work is all relative. What does hard even mean? We could go down all these rabbit holes, but at the end of the day, I want you to look back 365. Are you where you want to be? That's the first question. If not, why not? What did you do? What did you not do? And more importantly, what do you want to accomplish in the next 365? It only takes 365 days to become a new person. You literally could change your entire financial family tree in the next 365 days. I can't do it for you. No one around you can do it. You have to do it. It's scary. It's overwhelming. Good. It's meant to be, because you're sitting here hanging out in La La Land. It's time to get serious. Time to buckle down. It's go time. So what I want to tell you is make this plan. Send me a message on social media at Mark Evans DM on all channels. Let me know what you're going to accomplish in the next 365 days. Share this show with your friends. Let them know what's up. And oh, by the way, if you want to get in a community where people are winning and sharing and guiding each other, hit us up at dealmakeralliance.com. Check out dealmakeralliance.com. Get in a winning room and learn to win with winners. Most of you are trying to win with losers and wondering why you're not winning. You can't win with a loser. I don't care how good you are. You don't have to believe me. Look at the Cleveland Browns. They can't win a game to save their life. They just keep losing. They're good at losing. You know what I'm talking about. Those people are really good at losing. Even if you have all the opportunities, all the money, everything, they constantly figure out a way to lose. Don't be that person. And by the way, if you are that person, stop losing. It's time to win. So with that said, make today count. Peace.
I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for.